Welcome students. In this video, we are going to discuss the practical on critical heat flux. Aim of the experiment: to determine the value of actual critical heat flux for given metal wire. Theory: when we provide the heat to the still water, the water gets heated because of density difference, and this phenomenon is known as natural convection. Behavior of water changes with further addition of heat into it. Initially, natural convection phenomenon is observed, and further increment in temperature, one can see the onset boiling in which bubble formation started. Further increment in temperature, one can see the isolated bubble regime. Classification of boiling. First one, nucleate boiling. The most common type of local boiling encountered in nuclear facilities is nucleate boiling. The nucleate boiling steam bubbles form at the heat transfer surface and then break away and are carried into the mainstream of the fluid. Such movement enhances heat transfer because the heat generated at the surface is carried directly into the fluid stream. In the main fluid stream, the bubbles collapse because the bulk temperature of the fluid is not as high as the heat transfer surface temperature where the bubbles were created. This heat transfer process is sometimes desirable because the energy created at the heat transfer surface is quickly and efficiently carried away. Second type is film boiling. As the temperature continues to increase, more bubbles are formed than can be efficiently carried away. The bubbles grow and group together, covering small areas of the heat transfer surface with a film of steam. This is known as partial film boiling. Steam has a lower convective heat transfer coefficient than water. The steam patches on the heat transfer surface act to insulate the surface. As the area of the heat transfer surface covered with steam, the temperature of the surface increases dramatically, while the heat flux from the surface decreases. This unstable situation continues until the affected surface is covered by a stable blanket of steam. The condition after the stable steam blanket has formed is referred to as film boiling. Explanation of boiling curve. Four regions are represented in the figure. The first and second region shows that as heat flux increases, the temperature difference does not changes very much. Better heat transfer occurs during nucleate boiling than during the natural convection. As the heat flux increases, the bubbles become numerous enough that partial film boiling occurs. This region is characterized by an increase in temperature difference and a decrease in heat flux. The increase in temperature difference thus causes the total film boiling, in which steam completely blanket the heat transfer surface. In practice, if the heat flux is increased, the transition from nucleate boiling to film boiling occurs suddenly, and the temperature difference increases rapidly, as shown by the dashed line in a figure. The point of transition from nucleate boiling to film boiling is called the point of departure from nucleate boiling and commonly written as DNB. The heat flux associated with DNB is commonly called the critical heat flux. In many applications, critical heat flux is an important parameter. Procedure to perform the experiment. Switch on the heater till the water attained the required temperature. With the help of dimmer stat, gradually increase the voltage supplied to the nichrome wire. Observe the voltage and current reading continuously. Record the voltage and current at the instant when the nichrome wire melts. Observe the different types of boiling occurring on nichrome wire. Precautions: keep the dimmer to zero position before starting the equipment. Take sufficient amount of distilled water in a container so that both the heaters can completely submerged. Connect the test heater wires across the stud tightly. Don't touch the water or terminal points after putting the switch on position. Very gently operate the dimmer in steps and allow sufficient time in between.
Okay, so this is the setup for critical heat flux. So I think in the theory part you've gone through regarding how the pool boiling phenomenon is occur. Based upon that, we need to find the critical heat flux of given nichrome wire. So basically, you can see the setup in front of you. One borosil container which is to be provided. Inside that borosil container, we provided the water, and that water is get boiled with the help of coil heater. You can see the our regular heater. The water get boiled. Also, you can see, if you see closely, the one nichrome wire is coupled to the electrode. So what we are going to do, we will provide some voltage and current, and at which point your wire is getting break, that point is nothing but the critical heat flux. If you see the rest of the setup, this is the main switch, this is heater switch which is provided inside that borosil container. This is dimmer. Now please making sure that your dimmer should be zero while you are doing the experiment. Voltmeter and ammeter. So this is the only experiment where we need to record, we need to take the readings of voltage and current. Okay. Now what is the procedure? First of all, we fill the water and we start the heater switch. Water you have to boil, and after water get boiling, you have to switch your heater. Okay. Now after switching the heater switch, you can see one more switch here. That actually the switch for providing current to this electrode, and that current is passed to the nichrome wire. Student, not what you have to now see, you have to see the various observations made in the experiment. Like you have to see the pool boiling curve while I am doing the experiment. So now what I am going to do now, I will switch on this main switch. Please make ensure that your voltage and current should be in zero position. So let I just on this. Now you can see the voltage and current is at zero. Okay, and now slowly what you have to do, you have to increase the dimmer, or you have to provide voltage and current. Now you have to see the changes happen inside the wire. One more thing, you have to look after voltage and current also, because at that moment when wire gets melt or wire gets break out, at that moment you have to capture. Okay, so that moment is very important. So now slowly you can see I am increasing the dimmer. Increasing dimmer means I am providing voltage and current. Now you can see the bubbles are going to be formed, okay, for that particular voltage and current. Slowly you have to increase, and you have to observe the changes happen in the wire.
Observations. Voltmeter reading is 45 volt. Ammeter reading 2.46 ampere. Length of wire 100 mm. Calculations. Critical heat flux is equals to voltage multiplied by current divided by area. Hence, critical heat flux is equal to 1.85 into 10 raised to 6 watt per meter square. Results. The critical heat flux for the given nichrome wire is 1.85 into 10 raised to 6 watt per meter square. Thank you.